Guys, Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Genesis is painfully mediocre. That much is obvious. Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn, however, is not. Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn is above average. Like, this is actually a really good game. There are so many things right about this version of Sonic 3D Blast that it's insane to me how not as many people are talking about it. I know Sonic 3D Blast was a halfway rushed product because of the situation with Sonic X-treme not working out and falling through, and so they had to kind of quickly throw this thing together to get it on the Saturn. And for some reason they decided to port it to the Genesis, which, hey, you know what? That is extremely impressive that they were able to get these kinds of graphics on the Genesis. I'll give them that. But, I mean, when you go back and play this, and you compare it to the Saturn version, it's so obvious which one is superior. And that's not knocking the Genesis version. That one is still an okay time. Now, I actually have covered this game in the past, and, you know, like, it's painfully average. Like, that's pretty much all I said about it. The Saturn version, though, I feel like it's not only above average, it's actually good. So the Sega Genesis version, like, oh my god, this game was so bright. Like, these colors actually hurt your eyes when you compare them to the Saturn versions, which are much more balanced and a bit darker and a bit more washed out, which works so much better for creating these more immersive environments for each level. Not only do they create more immersive environments through those colors, but some of the levels actually have these nice little added effects of fog or smoke, depending on whether you're in a lava world or a rain water world place. I don't really know what to call Rusty Ruins, honestly. But the point is, there's these nice little added touches that create a real environment here almost. There's the fog effect in Rusty Ruin, there's the smoke in the lava world. It's all around great. Now, I will say, the smoke effect does tend to get a bit too intense at times, to the point where it actually impedes my vision a little bit, and that makes me a little upset. But that's okay. I'm okay with sacrificing a little of my vision for a little more immersion. Presentation goes a long way with me, and Sonic 3D Blast on the Saturn is near perfect in that regard. I love the way this game looks. I love the graphics. I love the darker color palette. I love everything. I love the little beaver dudes who poke their heads out and stare at you. It's great. It's so great. And the music. The music is so much better. There are some absolute bops in this game. You know what? Why don't I just go and play a few samples for you guys, just to, you know what, less talky, more listeny. How about that? There's just something so much more satisfying about playing this version of the game. And I think it's actually a bit less zoomed in on this version as well. In the Genesis version, there's definitely a feeling of limitation in regards to your player perspective. You can't really see much that's happening around you besides a few feet all around you, a few feet in front of you. And that makes it very challenging to know what's coming up next, to whether or not you're going to run right into a badnik or something like that. It's all around just not a great time. The Saturn version isn't the best at this either, but it feels like it's a little more zoomed out. I don't know. I can tell a difference here. Like, it feels pretty good, honestly. And God, I love this game. I like Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn is a genuinely good Sonic game. Like, you can fight me on that. I don't mind running around and collecting flickies. Like, speed is not a focus to me in regards to this game. Like, you can get the speed shoes, you can get the speed power up, the speed upgrade, whatever you want to call it, but admittedly, it actually makes the gameplay worse the faster you go. So I would advise skipping on the speed shoes on this one. And this game is still a fun time overall. You're running around collecting flickies, dumping them in the ring or whatever, and that's it. I mean, like I said, it's not a speed-focused time, of course, which I know it's a Sonic game, not enough speed, whatever. It's more about navigation and exploration. Now, I'm a guy who loves to navigate. I'm a really good navigator, really good with directions, so I enjoy the opportunity to dissect these maps, and they're not even that bad to begin with. So overall, it's an inoffensive gameplay structure with good graphics, great music, a great fun presentation, and just a chill time overall. Another thing that's a massive improvement in this game is the special stages. Holy crap, the special stages in Sonic 3D Blast on the Saturn is a much better version of the Sonic 2 special stages. The Sonic 2 special stages sucked. Like, they genuinely were the worst thing about that game. They're so bad. You can't see 5 feet in front of you, and then spikes just pop out of nowhere. Sonic 3D Blast on the Saturn perfects this formula. Now, there are moments where it's still hard to see what's happening in front of you because of graphical limitations, but it's so much better, and there's so much more fun, and I feel like they really reached their full potential in this game here. God, it's like Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn is so good, and it deserves so much better than it's received, and that's all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to come on here and just like gush over this game. Let me know what you guys think about Sonic 3D Blast on the Saturn. I've said my piece, I'm out. You guys have fun with that. See ya. Oh yeah, this boss still sucks. Like, he still, like, really sucks. Like, he should be banned. That's how bad he is. Oh, God. Oh, and the flickies. God, the flickies are the worst. Like, when you lose them all and they start flying away and you're trying to catch them while you're in the middle of a fire trap or something like that. Oh, God, it's the worst. This game is the worst. How could anyone possibly like this? This is garbage.